The ILCO Matrix S and SX models are extremely versatile key duplicating machines for high-security keys. You can duplicate keys for a broad range of vehicles, including Honda, BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, and others. Many commercial and automotive locks now use keys that require a high-security type machine, such as the Matrix. Other styles of high-security keys can also be duplicated using optional adapters and cutters. These include nipple-style keys from Queso, Cava, and Dome, and other types such as Tibi and Medico. The Matrix comes with tools and an easy-to-follow operator's manual. It explains all functions and provides troubleshooting information and key-cutting tips. We recommend that you keep the shipping carton in case you ever need to reship the machine. The Matrix S provides precision control of movement on all three axes. Its vice jaw handles a wide variety of high-security keys without adapters, and the electronic adjustment feature makes routine calibration fast and easy. When cutting keys, the movement of the patterned or cut key and the key blank can be controlled in two different ways. The operator can totally control the key cutting operation manually, or the operator can activate spring pressure to automatically apply a constant amount of side-to-side pressure to the cutting edge of the key. This allows the operator to concentrate attention on the forward and backward motions of the carriage. It provides some operators with more consistent results in the accuracy of the keys they cut. The vertical position on the cutter can be controlled by the operator lowering it manually to any desired cutting depth and locking it in place. The Matrix accepts a wide variety of cutter styles, some optional, for maximum versatility, and even provides a storage compartment to accommodate them. The first step to cutting is installing the correct cutter and tracer point for the specific key style you need to duplicate. This video will deal primarily with cutting laser-style keys that are used by so many automobile manufacturers today. All of them can be duplicated using the F22 cutter and T22 tracer point supplied with the Matrix. First, switch on the Matrix main power switch. Make sure that the vertical locking control is loosened to allow maximum clearance between the cutter spindle and the vice clamp. Then rotate the cutter shield out of the way. Insert the selected cutter into the cutter spindle, leaving approximately a quarter inch of the shank portion of the cutter exposed. While holding the cutter in this position, tighten the cutter spindle set screw to lock it in place. Place the tracer point into the tracer point holder, but don't tighten the set screw yet. Activate the machine's electronic adjustment feature by pressing the on-off switch on the keypad. Lower the vertical carriage and move the carriage so that the tracer just comes into contact with the bottom of the clamping slot without touching the sides. While maintaining very light downward pressure, rotate the vertical locking lever to secure the tracer point in this depth position. You'll notice the green arrow on the faceplate above the cutter mechanism will illuminate. At this point, tighten the tracer point holder set screw to secure it in this position. If the green light remains illuminated, the tools are properly aligned and no further adjustment is required. If the red arrow on the right is illuminated, as it is now, only the cutter is in proper contact with the vice jaw, and the resulting keys will be cut too deeply. To correct this, simply turn the micrometric ring nut counterclockwise until the green arrow illuminates, indicating that the tools are properly aligned. If the red arrow on the left had been illuminated, it would have meant that only the tracer point was in proper contact with the vice jaw, and the resulting keys would have been cut too shallow. This time, you would simply turn the micrometric ring nut clockwise until the green arrow lights up. Now that the cutter and tracer points are installed and calibrated, The matrix is giving you the green light to duplicate a high-security automotive key. Now, we'll take you through the entire process of duplicating a high-security automotive key. Snap the clamp carriage to rest at the farthest point it can go towards the operator. Then, begin by positioning the original key in the left-hand vice jaw, paying attention to the type of stop on the key you're duplicating. The references 0, 1, 2, and 3 appear on the vice jaws and should correspond to the type of stop on the key. The 0 stop is for keys with shoulders. Stops 1, 2, and 3 are for keys without shoulders and are selected according to the length of their key blades. Place the key stop bar in the appropriate stop. Position the key snugly against it and tighten the vice clamp. Then remove the stop bar from the vice jaw. At this point, use the vertical locking lever to lower the tracer point until it contacts the cut surface on the key, not the top of the key, the cut surface. Then rotate the vertical locking lever clockwise to maintain that depth position. Now position a key blank into the right-hand vice jaw using the same stop position. Tighten it into place and remove the stop bar. Then, rotate the protective shield to the front. At this point, you can begin cutting the key by turning on the matrix motor switch located on the right side of the machine. We're duplicating an interior 4-track key, so we'll begin cutting at the tip of the key on the right. Work our way to the head. And go back to the tip of the key on the opposite side. After finishing one side of the key, it's preferable to retrace the key a second time to be sure you do not miss any areas. Then, turn the power switch off. Brush the metal shavings off the vice jaw and flip the blank key over. There is no need to flip over the original pattern key. Now, trace the pattern again to cut the second side of the key. After retracing the second cut one more time, the new key is complete. Brush off the shavings and test it in the lock. The key we just cut has cuts on 1, 2, 3, 4 edges, and is therefore called a 4-track laser cut key. Most laser-style keys have a series of cuts around the external edge of the key. They are inserted into the matrix vice jaws exactly the same way. There are 3 basic styles of laser-type automotive keys. This one is an external track key with shoulders. This is an external track key that does not have shoulders. Therefore, it is a tip-stop key. And this one is an internal track key without shoulders, so it is also a tip-stop key. The cutting direction of a key is dependent upon the key type. For an internal 4-track key, start cutting at the tip. Cut along the right side toward the head, and back to the tip along the left side. For an external 4-track key, start cutting at the head on the right side, moving around the tip and back toward the head on the left side. For an external 2-track key, start at the head on the right side and move toward the tip. While the matrix S and the matrix SX are very similar, there are a couple of differences. The matrix SX has additional features. Its vice jaw can be tilted to various degrees of angle. This feature is provided for cutting specific styles of dimple keys. There is also a feature that allows the tracer point guide to extend downward under spring pressure. This feature is also used when cutting dimple-style keys. If you were cutting automotive keys, you would lock it in the rigid position. The Matrix S will duplicate a simple dimple key, one without angles. For angle-cut dimple keys, the Matrix SX model would be your choice.